Hello, I'm Herrick Kimball. This little video presentation is part 2 to the video that I made previously showing trim carpentry techniques in this room behind me. But I didn't show the finished room. I didn't show what the window and door trim looked like when it was all done, when it was all painted. So that's what this is all about. For those of you who are not familiar with my YouTube channel, who haven't been watching it over the years, I'll just preface this little tour by telling you that this was, right here, this was the outside wall of my house before I put the addition on. This is, by the way, the third addition on our house that my wife and I have made. We've lived here over 30 years. We've done it without a bank mortgage, by adding on. We're done with this right here. But this was the outside wall, and we had one little window over here. So this is a big deal to have all this room, and it's our retirement space for my wife and I. I'm almost 66. She's not too far behind me, and we need a downstairs bedroom, a downstairs bathroom, a little more living area, and we need it to be on the first floor so that we can have access to it if we're in a wheelchair or something someday. So we're thinking ahead. This room was really crowded. We have sons and daughter-in-laws and grandchildren. They come here relatively often through the year. They're local. This room, which was the living room, it had this love seat and that couch and other chairs. Now this room is the dining room, and the kitchen is behind the camera over there. This table and these chairs are heirlooms, family heirlooms. These were in my grandmother's house. It's a beautiful mahogany table. It's now my wife and I, it's our activity center when people aren't here. I'm making clothespins. She's making Christmas tree ornaments over there. This is just wonderful to finally have this table in the house. It's been in storage for years. So we're loving that. And I'm going to give you a tour of this room. The room is not finished in that we don't have the furniture and the rugs and the shades on the windows, but and those things are, the furniture is on order. It's like 2 months away before we can get it. We still got to decide on the rugs. It's not easy deciding on furniture and rugs, and I'll show you the blinds that we're going to put in. But I'm just running my mouth here. Let me get behind the camera. Let's see if I can do this without being too shaky. The room is about 24 foot long, 12 foot wide. There is a small closet right there that, it's like a pantry closet, okay? You can see the farmhouse style there. You can see the trim. I've done a video about the trim. This door will go into the bedroom, which needs to be finished, all right? And we'll come around here. The furniture that you see right there is from the 1940s. It was in my grandmother Kimball's camp up on Cross Lake in northern Maine. That's been in storage, and we've thought that we would put it here in the house, get it refinished. I've got a lot of great memories around that camp and this furniture, and my father sent it to me, that furniture there and a whole lot more many years ago, and so we thought this is a good place. But we've decided we're not going to use that furniture. We're not going to get new cushions made. We're not going to refinish it. I've got a recliner coming. I need a recliner. So anyway, that's the space there. We're going to put the Christmas tree there very soon. It's November. No, it's December 1st. That lamp, that hanging lamp, that's something I wanted to incorporate into this room. It belonged to my stepfather's family, and that was in their camp that they had in Holland, Massachusetts. It's from the 1870s. I electrified it. Yeah, let's look at our trim here that I showed in the previous video. This is all caulked and painted up and looking really good. Now, we went with monochrome here. My wife and I had thought originally that all the trim, all the window and door trim, we would paint it green. We like green. And we got all these color samples, and green, every green you could imagine. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to paint it all the same color, because I happened to see somewhere on the internet or something, there was a monochrome painted room like this. All the trim and the walls painted the same, and they said it was kind of a classy option. You get your texture and your colors in with your rugs and your furniture and your floor. We have a floor I'm very pleased with here that we put in. It's a vinyl plank floor. And so it'd just be easier not to have to paint green. It'd just be too much. It'd be too much. So yeah, and we don't have any art or anything on the walls, and we will. That'll bring character and texture into the room. So no green trim, and we're pretty happy with that. Right here you can see the baseboard detail. It's 1x8 pine. 1x8 pine actually measures 7¼ inches. I installed it with 2 trim screws into each stud. The trim screws that I showed in the previous video. And on top of that is a base cap. We'll see if we can show you that here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. The base cap goes on top, and then on the bottom is a base shoe. Not quarter round, but base shoe. The base shoe went on after the flooring. Here's a look at that mistake that I told you about in the previous video. You can see the details here of this farmhouse-style molding. I've got a few little punch list items to do here. You can see I got to get a cover plate on there, and I have, you see the green tape over there? I have a little bit of base shoe to paint yet. Yeah, so this is the room, and very, very pleased with how it's turned out. I'll pivot around. Somebody may ask, what's that behind the light on the wall over there? That's a carbon monoxide detector. I bought this fan. Very pleased with the fan right there. And you can see a view into that room where I started. Try to imagine it with a new couch. And yeah, we've got to get a couple rugs in here. And got to get some art on the walls. This heater is doing a fine job. Almost never comes on so far. You know, as it gets really cold, I'm sure it will. We heat with a wood stove primarily. For our old age, we're going to be ready with that propane heater. So these windows need some sort of a treatment. And we thought about curtains, and maybe we'll still put curtains on them. But for now, we're going to get some shades. And these are the samples that I have. And I guess we've decided that we're going to go with this one, Tiki Carbon. So yeah, that'll go up there. That'll give us some color, natural texture, and I think these will look very nice in the windows. Okay, I got one more thing I want to show you. One of my great concerns with this addition was making sure that the floor line here, the floor level, I should say, in the new part corresponded with the floor level in the existing part where you see the tile. And in addition to that, that the wall over there, where the old wall and the new wall came together, that there was no jog, no bump, that it would be flat. And beyond that, up on the roof, where the roof lines came together. I didn't want to see a lump. And I succeeded in these things. It was a great concern to me. That's what you think about when you're a carpenter. So I made a transition strip. You got to have some sort of a transition strip. This vinyl plank flooring has to be able to move, expand and contract a little bit. What I did was I bought a piece of oak. I cut it and made it fit down between those two floors. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And I have brass screws there. This vinyl flooring and that new piece, that threshold piece we could call it, or transition piece, what would you call that? That piece right there, getting the color match was, you know, that's the best I could do. I'm happy with that. It's 2 different kinds of wood grain. And here you see I had to do a jog up in my trim. Well, speaking of green, this green leather chair right here is very green, and it's quite old. This was in my grandfather Kimball's waiting room. He was a doctor. It's surprisingly comfortable, and this chair is going to stay here in this room. The camp furniture, no, but this, yes. That's the story on this addition at this point. have to imagine it the rest of the way. I probably won't give any more tours. Maybe when I get over to the other parts that need to get done yet, bedroom and bathroom over there, maybe we'll get some videos in there. But that's it for now. I thank you very much for watching. This has been a very long time coming. If you've been a watcher of this channel, you know it. It's been a long time coming. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Bye-bye.